The last topic we have in our chapter has to do with looking at what got installed in our system when we installed Java. And so, as you may remember from the setup video, when you install Java, like on a Windows system, it goes under your C drive, Program Files, Java directory. So I'm going to go look over there under C drive, Program Files, Java. We have both the JDK and the JRE installed. And actually the JDK, if you remember, is a superset of the JRE. So in that directory, we have Java Runtime Environment. So there's a bunch of files in here that you usually don't have to concern yourself with, but they are what make up a Java installation. We point out one of them. There's one here, src.zip, source.zip. This actually contains the source code for the Java libraries. And so if you wanted to see how the folks at Oracle write code, write the code for the Java libraries, you can open up this zip file, take a look inside. It's there for your information. In addition, there's other stuff in here. There's a bin directory, bin. This is what we have had you add to your path. If you were having trouble running the Java or the Java C commands, well, you probably didn't quite get the setup right because this bin had to be added to the path environment variable. And that's again in the setup videos where we talk about that. Notice in the bin directory, there's the Java command. Somewhere in here, we'll find the Java C command as well. There it is. The exercises will have you run the Java P command, Java print. It allows you to take a look inside of a class file to see what that looks like. And so these are extra tools that come with the Java Software Development Kit, the JSDK. If I bounce up a level again to that JDK directory, there's also a Lib Directory, Lib, and there's several files in there. Among them, there's several jar files. A jar file is it's like a zip file, but it contains inside of it compiled Java classes. And so anytime you want to distribute code in Java, people usually zip it up into a jar file and they hand it to whoever needs to use it. Using a jar file is just easier than distributing several class files. It's just everything's in one. But it's basically a zip file. It just has classes inside. Those are the kinds of things you find inside that lib directory. Actually, if I bounce a level up again, there's a JRE directory at the same level as the bin and lib. In there, it's got its own bin and lib. Remember the JRE, Java Runtime Environment? This is what you need if you want to run a program. So if we look under the JRE bin, we're going to see some of the tools, like here's the Java command, but the Java C command will not be here because this is a runtime environment, not a development kit. Or if we go up to the JRE lib directory, you see additional jar files in here. And one of them I want to call your attention to. It's called rt.jar. Here it is, rt.jar. It's a rather large jar file, 58 megs. This actually contains the compiled version of the Java libraries. So we said that there was an src.zip that was up at the top of the JDK structure that was the source code. And you can take a look at source.zip all you want. But rt.jar, which is under JRE lib, that one you probably shouldn't mess with. When your Java programs run, they reach into that jar file for any classes they want to make use of. So for example, system.out.println, the system class, that's coming from rt.jar. So probably don't want to mess around with that file. The other thing that's mentioned here in our document is there's an include directory. If you do some fancy stuff in Java where you have it load a C or a C++ shared library, there's some stuff in here to make that easier. Something called the Java Native Interface. Okay, anyway, the whole idea here was to give you an idea as to what's in the JSDK directories. There's lots of tools in here, the Java C, the Java and the bin directory. Java P will have you even working with that in an exercise in just a few moments.